Premier League. Not a league, a battlefield, a place where pace meets power, where every tackle feels like war, and every blade of grass remembers a fight for glory. Here, heroes rise and fall in 90 minutes. This isn't just football, it's theatre, a coliseum of chaos where men become myths and one touch can rewrite history. Beneath the roar and rage, though, lies something far more dangerous: skill. Skill is art disguised as arrogance. It's unpredictable, untamed, divine. It's the weapon of those who see football not as a game, but as a performance, a flick, a feint, a cruel nutmeg. That's not showboating, that's storytelling. From the streets of Brazil to the lights of Manchester, these players carried the soul of the playground into the world's toughest league. They didn't play safe, they played beautiful, they danced on danger, they made defenders question their careers, and in doing so, they turned football into pure art. This is not a list, it's a tribute to the dreamers, to the rebels, to the fearless few who turned chaos into magic. These are the top 10 most skillful Premier League players in history. Number 10. Dimitar Berbatov. He didn't sprint, he didn't slide, he didn't scream. Dimitar Berbatov simply floated. In a world obsessed with speed, Berbatov moved like time itself bowed to him. While others chased the game, he waited for it to arrive. His control wasn't just good, it was criminal. The ball would land from 40 yards in the air, and Berbatov would cushion it with a touch so soft it felt like silk kissing glass. Watch his spin against West Ham, a moment frozen in time, two defenders closing in, chaos erupting, and Berbatov just pivots. One touch, one flick, and the entire defense disappears. That was his genius, not flashy, not frantic, flawless. He wasn't the loudest, he wasn't the fastest, but when he played, the game slowed down, like a movie shifting to slow motion so the audience could admire every frame. Manchester United fans called him lazy, but maybe they just didn't understand, because laziness implies you don't care. Berbatov cared deeply, just not about your idea of effort. He turned arrogance into an art form. Every smirk after a goal was a reminder. He was playing chess while everyone else kicked checkers. In a league filled with bruisers and bulldozers, Berbatov was a painter. His brush was his right foot, and Old Trafford was his canvas. He once said, "You don't need to run to be fast." And maybe he was right, because while others ran themselves into the ground, Berbatov stood still and still left them behind. Elegant, effortless, eternal. Number 9. Philippe Coutinho. There's a difference between a good player and an artist. Philippe Coutinho blurred that line until it disappeared. At Liverpool, he was a magician disguised as a midfielder, a man who could bend reality from 25 yards out. You knew what he was going to do, that little shift to the right, that curling shot to the top corner, but you could never stop it. It wasn't just a goal, it was a spell, a hypnotic dance of footwork and timing that made defenders freeze mid-motion. He didn't score, he painted. Every pass, every dribble, every feint carried rhythm, the samba heartbeat of Rio echoing through Anfield. You could almost hear the drums in the stands when he glided past opponents. That goal against Manchester City, the one that curled into the top right, that wasn't luck. That was a statement, a message to the world. Creativity still lives in football's most ruthless league. But Coutinho's magic had a cost. The brighter he shone, the more he drifted toward the lights of Barcelona. And when he left, he took a piece of Liverpool's soul with him. Even after he was gone, the crowd still expected someone to bend the laws of physics like he did. But no one did, because no one could. He wasn't built for systems or structure. He was built for moments. And when those moments came, he turned the pitch into poetry. They called him the Little Magician. But the truth is, he wasn't small. His imagination was enormous. He didn't just see passes, he felt them. Number 8. Hatem Ben Arfa. If football had a rebel son, his name would be Ben Arfa. He was chaos-wearing boots, unpredictable, uncontrollable, unbelievable. At Newcastle, you never knew what you were going to get, a moment of madness, or a masterpiece. But when he was in the mood, you witnessed something divine. There's one goal everyone remembers. Blackburn, FA Cup, 2012. He takes the ball near halfway, weaves through a maze of defenders like a man escaping gravity, and finishes like a whisper. Calm, cold, clinical. That wasn't a goal, that was a confession. Ben Arfa was built for chaos. Managers couldn't tame him, systems couldn't define him, and maybe that's why he never became the star he should have been. But that's what made him beautiful. Because skill, real skill, isn't about control. It's about surrender. Surrendering to instinct, to creativity, to the voice in your head that says, do it. Even if no one else would dare, Ben Arfa didn't play the game to win. He played it to feel alive. Every flick, every nutmeg, every dribble was rebellion. Against structure, against fear, against boredom. He wasn't perfect, but perfection was never the point. He was raw, unfiltered art, and art doesn't ask for permission. Number 7. Thierry Henry. Grace, class, destruction. Thierry Henry was football's version of poetry with a knife. He didn't humiliate you with stepovers. He killed you softly with movement. The glide from the left, the glance at the keeper, and then that side foot finish. Every time you knew it was coming. Every time it didn't matter. Henry wasn't just skillful, he was cinematic. Every run was a scene, every goal a slow motion masterpiece. That strike against Manchester United at Highbury, a flick, a spin, and a volley that kissed the sky. It was art that made the crowd gasp. He moved like he knew the script before anyone else did, like he wasn't reacting to defenders, he was directing them. Henry's skill wasn't loud, it was smooth, efficient, inevitable. He made arrogance look like grace and confidence look like calm. Even when he didn't score, his presence bent the game around him. Defenders gave him space they couldn't afford, because they knew one wrong step and they'd end up in his highlight reel. He made football look easy, and that's the hardest skill of all. Number 6. Nani. They said he lived in Ronaldo's shadow, but maybe that's where his magic came from. Nani was chaos and confidence, a walking highlight reel waiting to explode. When he took the ball to the wing, you could feel electricity in the air, like something unpredictable was about to happen. His stepovers weren't calculated, they were emotional. He played with freedom, the kind that drives managers insane and fans absolutely wild. That goal against Tottenham, a deflection, a dribble, a cheeky finish, followed by a backflip celebration that said, "I was born for the spotlight." He wasn't consistent, but when he caught fire, he burned everything around him. Nani didn't just copy Ronaldo, he remixed him. More flair, more unpredictability, more heart. Where Ronaldo was machine, Nani was magic. He played with his soul exposed, every flick, every shot, every celebration dripping with emotion. You could call him frustrating, you could call him unpredictable, but you could never call him boring. At his best, he was the embodiment of what football should be: joyful, reckless, unapologetically creative. By the way, if you're enjoying this story, please help us by liking this video now and subscribing to this channel. Doing so truly helps us grow here on YouTube. Plus, it also encourages us to do more football stories like this one. Now, back to the video. Number 5. Wilfried Zaha. He didn't come from luxury. He came from the concrete, from the noise, the streets, the grind. And when he stepped into the Premier League, he brought all of that with him. Wilfried Zaha isn't just a winger. He's a street fighter dressed as an artist. Every time he touches the ball, you feel tension, the kind that makes defenders backpedal before he even moves. Because Zaha doesn't just dribble past players, he disrespects them. One step over, 2, 3, and suddenly, you're gone, left chasing shadows while the crowd erupts. He doesn't play safe, he doesn't play nice. He plays like every touch is personal, like every defender ever told him he wasn't supposed to make it this far. At Crystal Palace, he became more than a player, he became a symbol. The lone showman in a sea of structure, carrying a team, carrying expectation, carrying fire. His skill is raw, aggressive, emotional. He doesn't glide, he cuts. He doesn't dance, he strikes. There's a beauty in his chaos, a rhythm in his rage. Because for Zaha, football isn't about glory, it's about proving a point. He once said, "They kick me because they can't stop me." And that's the truth. For a decade, defenders have tried everything, but when Zaha's in his zone, there's no antidote. Number 4. Eden Hazard. Some players run past defenders. Eden Hazard danced through them. He didn't just move, he glided. His balance was supernatural, his control magnetic. It was as if gravity treated him differently. When Hazard picked up the ball at Stamford Bridge, you could feel the crowd lean forward because something was about to happen. That solo goal against Arsenal, weaving through red shirts like ghosts, bouncing off tackles, and finishing with that effortless grin. That was Hazard in a nutshell. He didn't need stepovers or fancy tricks. His weapon was balance. Defenders would lunge, he'd twist his hips, shift his weight. Gone. You could kick him, foul him, drag him. He'd still stay on his feet. It wasn't strength, it was control. Control of body, ball, and mind. He made the hardest league in the world look like a playground. Even on his quiet days, you could feel the threat radiating from him. And when he smiled, it wasn't arrogance, it was mischief. That look that said, I can end you whenever I want. At Chelsea, he became untouchable. The player who made defenders panic before the ball even reached him. The silent assassin. The smooth criminal. Number 3. Robinho. The Premier League had seen flair before, but it had never seen this. When Robinho arrived at Manchester City, it felt like Brazil had landed in England. Stepovers, flicks, and samba swagger, he brought the carnival to the cold. From his debut goal against Chelsea, a delicate free kick that bent time and logic, you could tell this wasn't just another signing. This was a show. Robinho didn't just dribble, he performed. Every flick was theatre, every touch, a reminder of what football looked like on the streets of Rio. He made defenders dizzy, not just with speed, but with rhythm. It wasn't pace, it was pulse. And for one shining season, he made Manchester City feel alive. He didn't conquer England, but he changed it. He opened the door for flair, for expression, for audacity. There were nights when nothing worked, but when it did, the stadium became a stage, and Robinho, the star performer. He once said, football should be enjoyed, and that's exactly what he gave us, 90 minutes of joy. Number 2. Cristiano Ronaldo. Before the fame, before the Ballon d'Ors, there was a kid from Madeira with a dream, and a pair of stepovers that could hypnotize a crowd. When Cristiano Ronaldo first arrived at Manchester United, he wasn't a machine. He was a storm, a blur of tricks, speed, and fearless arrogance. He didn't just want to score, he wanted to humiliate. Defenders, victims, each stepover was a taunt, each goal, a warning. That night against Arsenal in 2003, you could see it. That raw hunger to entertain and dominate, all in one motion. He was more showman than striker, more artist than athlete. The crowd didn't just cheer him, they waited for him to do something impossible. Then, something changed. He evolved. The flair turned to fire. The tricks became tools. He transformed from entertainer to executioner. But in that early era, that wild, unpredictable phase, Ronaldo's skill was untouchable. He was pure chaos with precision, a man who played like the laws of physics didn't apply. Every dribble screamed, I dare you to stop me. He wasn't just playing football, he was performing power. And even now, you can still feel echoes of that young magician who turned Old Trafford into a theatre of dreams. Cristiano Ronaldo, the evolution of genius. Number 1. JJ Okocha. Before there was flair, before there was Ronaldo, before there was hype, there was JJ Okocha. He wasn't just skillful, he was otherworldly. A man who played football like it was jazz, improvised, unpredictable, and beautiful. At Bolton, of all places, he brought the streets of Lagos to the north of England. The stepover wasn't just a move, it was a weapon. The roulette wasn't just a trick, it was a story. He didn't play for the system, he played for the soul. Every touch was freedom, every dribble was rebellion. There's a moment that defines him, a maze of defenders. One by one, he twists, turns, and toys with them before casually rolling the ball into the net. The crowd doesn't just cheer, they laugh. Because what else can you do when you've just witnessed genius? Even his opponents couldn't resist. Okocha once revealed, Henry and Vieira came to me and said, could you please try to do something against Ray Parlour so that during the week we'd have something to laugh about? And he smiled. If the result was going our way, I'd figure something out. And of course, he did. During the match, when he spotted Parlour charging in, Okocha waited, calm, calculating. Then with one effortless motion, he flicked the ball over Parlour's head. Smooth, cheeky, disrespectful, pure Okocha. The crowd erupted, and even Arsenal's bench couldn't help but laugh. That was JJ. He didn't just beat defenders, he entertained them. He didn't just play football, he performed it. He wasn't playing to win, he was playing to express. He didn't want to be efficient, he wanted to be unforgettable. Even Ronaldinho once said, I learned from JJ. That's how deep his influence runs. He wasn't just ahead of his time, he was timeless. In a league built on structure and discipline, Okocha was chaos in perfect rhythm. He didn't care about stats or systems, he cared about moments, the kind that make you pause the replay, rewind it, and just say, wow. He was the reason defenders had nightmares, and fans, dreams. The original entertainer, JJ the magician. And there you have it, 10 names that turned the Premier League into a gallery of genius. They didn't just play football, they redefined it. Each one, in their own way, proved that skill isn't just about control, it's about courage. The courage to try, to fail, to try again, to risk embarrassment just for the chance to create beauty. These players made us fall in love with the unpredictable. They reminded us that football, at its core, isn't about statistics or systems. It's about moments. Moments that live forever. Moments that make you believe in magic again. So tell me, who's your number one? Who made you fall in love with the beautiful game? Do you agree with this list, or did we miss your legend? Drop your answer in the comments. Let's have this discussion. And if you've made it this far, I want to use this opportunity to say a big thank you to you for watching and to everyone who has been supporting our channel from the very beginning. Honestly, we couldn't do this without you guys. If you're new here and haven't already done so, please help us out by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Doing so is the only way we can continue to grow here on YouTube. I genuinely need you guys. I love telling stories, and as a small channel, we're constantly learning from each video and always listening to your feedback so we can improve every time. And if you want more football stories, watch the video displayed on your screen right now. See you on the next one.